When it comes to professional learning, there are plenty of groundbreaking feats that have been achieved through film history that have impacted our learning and continue to improve on what we have learned. The way film was made in the past and how it is made now has drastically changed throughout the decades, from Charlie Chaplin's comedy skits to Michael Bay's action thrill Transformers series. A lot of new techniques and skills have to be implemented to further advance the film industry. CGI, or computer generated effects, have become an expected element in the role of filmmaking. Used primarily for visual effects, filmmakers have adopted this method because the quality is often at a higher standard and the effects are more controllable than using physical based processes, such as shots that involve extras or sets that would have to be built, and because it allows the creation of images that would not be possible using any other type of technology. This technology also allows content to be produced without the use of actors or expensive set pieces that may be needed in a scene. The software available to generate these effects have also become more accessible for others, so individual artists or companies can produce professional-grade films from their own personal computer. This wasn't always the case. Many films use a number of different tactics to achieve realistic effects, such as photo stop motion or practical effects, but it wasn't until the early 90s where film had achieved groundbreaking new technology that changed the future of cinema forever. In 1993, the movie Jurassic Park made its debut to the world, and with it, created a legacy in the art of visual effects. Jurassic Park was renowned for its implementation of CGI to generate realistic dinosaurs moving about the screen. But this wasn't the original idea for the film. At this point in time, CGI was hesitantly used due to its high cost and lack of technology to produce quality visual effects. As industry expert Ron Miller tells us in Special Effects, an introduction to movie magic, that even into the early 90s, directors were still wary of computer-generated special effects in spite of better and better technology. Jurassic Park's original idea was to implement stop-motion animation due to the fact that computer generating the dinosaurs into the film just seemed impossible. It wasn't until Industry Light and Magic, who specialize in visual effects, such as Star Wars and Terminator 2, decided to digitally generate the dinosaurs seen in the film. For the company to truly break the rules of visual effects, the creators had to advance the technology to the point where the seam between illusion and reality completely disappeared. That is what Jurassic Park achieved. Jurassic Park did that, Spielberg told Tom Schoen. For Blockbuster, how Hollywood learned to stop worrying and love the summer. That when he saw Industrial Light and Magic's first test shots of the dinosaurs, he felt as though he was watching our future unfolding on the TV screen. George Lucas, who was also there, recalled it was like one of those moments in history, like the invention of the light bulb or the first telephone call. A major gap had been crossed and things were never going to be the same. He was right. In the words of Schoen, Jurassic Park heralded a revolution in movies as profound as the coming of sound in 1927. Jurassic Park was a huge success at the box office, producing over $1 billion, which proved CGI was the right way to go, as it left audiences with an experience they've never got before. Jurassic Park had created a legacy. Not long after other films started to implement the element of CGI and using the technology to push the boundaries of filmmaking, the world got to see for the first time its first CGI character as a protagonist in the movie Casper, along with the other films such as Jumanji, and eventually what would be the first film to be entirely made of computer animation, Toy Story. Today's special effect films can create entire worlds and creatures that just couldn't be done in real life. CGI was always being pushed to new levels and advancing the film industry into a new era. Computer-generated effects were no longer a movie-making tool, but instead becoming the driving force of entire films. Movies being produced today rarely don't incorporate some kind of CGI, whether that be create impossible sets and creatures or to lessen the cost of actually manually producing something real. However, this has also led to the making of bad films and special effects being a large part of filmmaking. This has resulted in a lack of wonder that is used to create back when an audience thought some things were impossible. CGI continues to evolve in the industry, however testing new limits to how we make films and tell the stories, but it was Jurassic Park and the creative team from Industrial Light and Magic that created this legacy.